We are welcoming you for our new episode of College Review. Today we are Nishtha Kapoor ma'am, Assistant Director of Lloyd Business School. Ma'am, welcome to our channel.
Thank you so much, sir.
Tell me something about Lloyd Business School.
So Lloyd Business School is based out in Greater Noida, and this is now a 21 years old institute that we have. We started in 2004 and we have MBA, we cater to the management college. Obviously we have different divisions, we have law, we have pharmacy, we have BTech, and we also have the management school. So why we take care of the management program. We have MBA and we have PGDM program here.
One important question, ma'am.
Right,
why Lloyd? Because there are many colleges in Greater Noida.
Right.
We have GL Bajaj, we have GNIT, we have Lloyd, we have Mangalmay also.
Right.
So why Lloyd?
So the best part I think about Lloyd is that being a business school, we are focused upon a corporate exposure and a practical implementation. The kind of program that we are offering at Lloyd is very different as compared to the other colleges, because obviously everybody has MBA, everybody has PGDM. But the main part or the main focus about the college is the company collaborative program. We have an industry collaboration. So for every specialization that the student is taking, we have a collaboration with a particular company. Like if he is looking for HR, we are in collaboration with Manpower Group. If you're looking for business analytics or data analytics, which is in demand in the market right now, we are in collaboration with IBM. And the best part is that IBM has its own Center of Excellence lab set up in the campus. So the students get to work on real-time projects. They get to work on real-time softwares and tools, and have a hands-on training on the softwares and practical implementation, which eventually leads them to a good placement. At the date, obviously every college tells you about good placements, everything, but the major part is that why is the company going to hire you? It is not going to hire you just because you have done a degree. It's going to hire you based upon the kind of skill sets that you have developed. So what we focus on Lloyd is to provide a practical implementation and understand how to work on the software tools, so that by the time the student goes and sits for the placements, he has a hands-on experience and he knows how to work. It's coming not as a fresher but as a trained professional, which the company becomes easier for the company to hire.
I have heard many of the students or the counselors also, and from the coaching centers and from the competitors also, that Lloyd is basically for the law college.
Yes, this is a concept that actually goes around in the market, but technically speaking, yes, we started with law. When Lloyd started in 2002, we started with law, and law was our flagship program. So obviously when we started with law and we started doing well, so kahin na kahin Lloyd became famous with that concept that Lloyd is known for law. And we are quite proud of the fact that yes, Lloyd is, the law department is doing very well. But then eventually when we started with business school in 2004, so business school and Lloyd Law College are separate entities altogether. So this concept obviously needs to break, and there are a lot of concepts. When the students call us, they obviously inquire. This is the first thing that students inquire. So we tell them that business school is doing equally well, right? So we are also now moving towards almost this is the 18th batch of PGDM that will be taking in our for the admissions. It has a separate infrastructure. So Lloyd Law College has a separate infrastructure, Lloyd Business School has a separate infrastructure. Whatever companies, whatever lab setup that we have in the business school is completely for management. We don't have any interference of any other course program into it. The training and placement cell for the management college for MBA and PGDM is completely separate as compared to the law and pharmacy and other departments. So the opportunities don't get mixed up. For the companies that are coming for management are going to come specifically for that. We have been ranked at #1 position in the business school category in Greater Noida division. So I think that has been quite an achievement.
If I consider that I am a student, I am convinced about the Lloyd. For in Lloyd, what I have to choose means MBA or PGDM?
So we have both the programs. We have MBA also, we have PGDM also. See, MBA and PGDM, basically the concept differences between the curriculum and the practical knowledge. So when we talk of MBA here is affiliated to AKTU, APJ Abdul Kalam University. So the constraint, a little bit of constraint that we have in MBA all over India is that it's a university defined curriculum which is not going to change eventually. It is a fixed curriculum. We don't have any say or changes in that. When it comes to, if you're looking for good placement, if you're looking for corporate exposure, I think PGDM has a much better approach as compared to MBA, because PGDM is 70% practical based curriculum. So obviously you will be learning 30% of the theoretical, but you will also be working on the implementation part in case of PGDM. MBA is just the opposite. MBA works on 70% theoretical approach. So if you say that I want to go for a PhD or I want to get into faculty and kind of trainings, I think MBA would be a better approach. If you say that okay, I want to to work in private organizations, I have a plan of working in corporates, PGDM is a much better option as compared to MBA because it prepares you as per industry standards.
So is there any difference in placements also in MBA and PGDM?
So technically when we talk of placements, I think profiles and packages, yes, they do vary, because when we as we initially discussed, we are talking about freshers and trained professionals. So when a student is doing MBA, obviously because of the theoretical knowledge, he has an understanding of what HR is, what finance is, what marketing is. But when he eventually comes for placements, he needs to have been to be trained on the practical aspect. So the company that is going to hire them as an MBA will be on a initial fresher level profile, or depending upon the kind of profile that the company has in mind. With PGDM, because of the practical approach and the hands-on training that the student has, the kind of profiles that the initial student will be getting will be much better and will be on a higher packages, because the student already has a training experience with it.
Please tell me something about the international placement or the international exposure.
Yes, so we have international exposure in two ways that we are providing. One is the global immersion program that we have, where the students have been, we have already sent our first batch to Malaysia this year, and that is a part of where we have an international collaboration with Masha University in Malaysia, and there are 3 international certifications that the student will be doing there itself. So he'll be getting the exposure to learn from the international faculties of Malaysia, and plus obviously there will be industrial visits and all that will be involved. The second phase of the foreign program or the international collaboration is that we have a collaboration with 3 international universities. One is with University of Malta in Europe, one is with University of Scholars Bangladesh, and one is with the German based university. This collaboration works twofold. One is that the students will be getting, if they are studying a curriculum, if you are studying HR or finance, you just cannot work on a domestic curriculum. You need to also understand the international perspective. So every month we have 3 to 4 international lectures with these faculties from these international universities, where we merge the curriculum. So it's a module exchange where the student will be learning both the domestic as well as the international perspective of the particular.
What type of faculty we do have in Lloyd Business School?
So faculties we have, we have corporate faculties also, and we have the academic people from the academic background as well. We have academicians and faculties from IMs as well. So corporate for people from IMs and all, obviously they will be providing you the exposure of the curriculum that is there of the specialization. The corporate faculty that we have is ones that are, as I said, we have the industry collaboration. So whatever specialization the student have, there are faculties from the domain, from the industry, who will also be taking sessions by the students. So it's a two-fold approach again, that the student is not only learning from the academicians, he is also getting the exposure from the corporate. The best part again is that we also have corporate mentorship. So corporate mentorship means that every student will not only have one academic faculty or a mentor, he will also have a corporate mentor from the industry based upon the specialization, who will be on a one-on-one connect with the student. So the student, if he has any problem, he doesn't understand a particular software or he needs some extra trainings, he can directly approach his corporate mentor and they can have a one-on-one discussion.
There are many students who wants to know about the highest placement, average placement and the lowest placements. So what is the lowest placement and what is the average placement of Lloyd Business School?
So normally on an average we have around a placement of around 6.58 lakhs per annum.
This is for PGDM or MBA?
For PGDM.
For PGDM,
right.
Okay.
That is a kind of average package. Obviously this might vary a little, because again the major USP is that we are providing a 6 months OJT on the job training in the case of PGDM program. So the student, when he works for a period of 6 months, the kind of packages that he gets might go up to 7.5 to 9 lakhs per annum also. Highest for the last year it was 24.8 lakhs per annum domestic. This year we have 2023.
And how many students got this placement?
So there were around 2 students or so, because obviously when you go on a higher package, it would not be on a bulk hire. Lowest placements have gone to around 5.5 to 5 lakhs per annum.
You are saying minimum 5.5 is the lowest placement in your campus. Those who are offering less than 5 lakh or 4.5 lakh?
So they might be companies depending on there was Nagaro that came last year. So Nagaro was offering around 4.5, but then because it's Nagaro and it's a brand, so initially the student does get into that kind of
if
package.
If it's a brand, then
yes, because brands might initially not pay you any that much, but then once you get associated with the brand, that name will take you a long way.
There are many students who are complaining about, in Greater Noida itself, there are many colleges by the name of marketing, they are offering only sales. What's about the Lloyd Business School?
So usually when as you said, many colleges are providing only sales. Sales is something the student does not need to go for a post graduation for that. He can get that sales opportunity even after your graduation, and that is the reason why I highlighted that we are talking about a corporate connect, because if we are talking about marketing, it's not just basic marketing. We are talking now about digital marketing, we are talking about Meta AI, we are talking about Google. The kind of digital marketing that has evolved has been very different. So we now have a collaboration for this academic, we have the collaboration with Caricature. We started a new program for digital marketing in collaboration with Upgrad Campus, specifically for digital marketing. So where we are providing the placement opportunities to the students in that particular core domain. So again, digital marketing, you can learn digital marketing online also. But getting that certification is not going to give you a hands-on practical thing. So once you work on a 6 months live project on marketing, you will not get into sales. You will get into a marketing proper position. Also, we are trying to we do suggest students to take analytics along with marketing,
because there are many students who is asking about the Lloyd. I want business analytics in Lloyd because business analytics is famous in Lloyd. What is this?
So business analytics is our flagship program, sir, because as I mentioned, we have an academic collaboration with IBM, and the program is completely under the wings of IBM itself, where it is we have a MOU signed with them, and the business analytics lab is already set up in the campus. So why business analytics?
So you are the only one this lab is set up in your campus?
Yes, all over Greater Noida and Delhi NCR. This would be that IBM lab specifically for management. IBM lab you would find there for engineering as well in a lot of colleges, but that's a technical based lab. So when we talk of business analytics with management, it's more of data visualization and working on those softwares like Python, Hadoop, Tableau. Now we are also talking in terms of Power BI, which is the latest technology. This year we have introduced generative AI, which is like ChatGPT, that is what you're using. So generative AI has now got inculcated into our curriculum. So students are now learning on the latest of the things, and that is why business analytics has a different approach altogether. Because the first year the student chooses a specialization where the first year is trained under IBM on the IBM lab, where we have an LMS portal. We have the learning management portal with IBM, where he has access to around 200 plus certifications, and on these certifications the training is done by the IBM SMEs and the IBM professionals who are there a part of the faculty also. Second year the student comes under Sellable Technologies, that is a second collaboration that we have with for Power BI, which works on an HTD model. So it's hire, train and deploy model. So that is the kind of approach that the student has.
Ma'am, any message to our viewers, because this video is for the aspirants, those who wants to go for the MBA program or the PGDM program.
Right.
Any message from Lloyd side?
I would just want to say that students have a lot of options to explore, a lot of entrance exam and everything. The first thing that they need to understand is what are they looking for. See, every college will tell you a lot of things. Everybody has their own USPs. What makes help you to understand and differentiate the colleges is an approach that what am I looking for? What are my career plans? If I'm looking for good placement, why will a company hire me? What are the bases that the company is going to provide me with a good placement? Academics, how is the college helping me with academics? How is the college helping me with the skill development? Do I have the kind of infrastructure that I can work upon, or it's just a classroom based training? Because classroom based training is not going to help you at the moment with the kind of approach that the companies have. So I think choosing a good college would be more easy if you understand the practical implementation. If you ask questions, how am I going to get the practical exposure? Who is going to train me? Where am I going to get trained? And if you understand that the college has that kind of infrastructure to help you out.
So this is Nishtha ma'am from Lloyd Business School. If you want to connect Nishtha ma'am, I'll share you her number. My number is on 9891898289, which is shown on your screen. You can call me or you can WhatsApp me anytime. If you want current student or the pass out students, name and number from Lloyd Business School, so that you can connect directly to these students and get to know each and everything about Lloyd Business School. Thank you. Thanks a lot.